If you don't know where I am, it's because you don't follow me on Instagram. So now that I don't live in a van, I actually have appliances that's not limited to a propane camping stove and a 12-volt top-loading fridge. And when I moved into an apartment, one of the first appliances that I bought was this, a rice cooker. And the reason for it is, well, it's simple. It's multifunctional. You can steam vegetables. I can cook white and brown rice because it doesn't discriminate. But I've also discovered through much experimentation that it also has a secret ability. But before we get into the secret ability, I just want to let you know that this video is most likely going to redefine who I am online and how I will choose to express myself on this platform in the future. I was just asked a question, and that was, how did the first month of 2022 go for you? I think that's a good question. And today, I'll answer it. To start, I'm going to have to provide some context. You see, I have this dream. Well, more accurately, this dream has me. Like, it has a grip on my life too fierce to break. Ever since I was a kid, my desires were one-dimensional. Like, I didn't want fast cars, and I didn't care about the latest pair of sneakers. Nope. All I wanted, and I mean all that I wanted, was to travel and see the world. And see the world I have. I love that intro. Like, I'm really proud of that edit. Anyway, back to my life as a kid. When I was in school, I had difficulty reading because I had a learning disability. So whenever we went to like the library as a class assignment, I would always choose the books with the best pictures in them. Like, at the time, those were like coffee table books, you know, like the 7 Wonders of the World. And I was also fascinated with like history books and geography books. And I used to sit in class and page through them when I really should have been paying attention. But I knew from a young age that whatever game everyone else was playing, it wasn't for me. Nope, just no. I remember a 6th grade oral assignment. What do you want to be when you grow up? Some kids answered that question like, hey, I want to be a doctor, but I don't like blood. Other kids said, well, I want to be an engineer, but I don't even like Legos. Like, they hurt my feet. So when the time comes, the teacher puts me up in front of the class and asks, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I looked her straight in the eye and said, Pancake Man. Now, truth be told, I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life. And as a result of my learning disability, I didn't think I was allowed to say something like doctor or engineer. So I went with something more believable and something I actually liked. Hence, the noble career of Pancake Man. Now, my 6th grade teacher, her name was Miss Stain. Miss Stain was not impressed with me at all. She said, why don't you say something smart, like lawyer? And 11-year-old me stuck to my guns. I was like, no, I don't want to be a lawyer. I want to be a pancake man. Her response was, okay, since you're making a joke out of the assignment, why don't you sit back down? And you know what? Sorry to say, that moment was the end of my youthful ambitions to become a pancake man. Now, years later, I actually did end up going to law school, but, and this is the big but, when I went to intern at a law firm, I came to the growing conclusion that this wasn't for me. Like, I didn't know what I wanted to do in life, but I knew that competing for dominance in an existential hierarchy was definitely not how I wanted to spend the rest of my days. And I remember saying to myself, I don't want to breathe in air conditioning, wear a tie every day, and I could practically feel the strings on me. Now, during that internship, I could clearly imagine what the next 20 years of my life would look like. I would end up marrying my college girlfriend and she would eventually become a famous actress. I would grow up and become a partner at the law firm. And then after marriage came mortgage, and then after mortgage came death. No. So I quit. I quit the internship that day. Cold turkey. Dropped out of law school. I was like, nope, I gotta change. I needed to break free. Have you ever felt like you're just going through life, round and round, through the motions, and you have mixed feelings about all of it? Like the world and your place in it, and I don't think it makes sense. And I think people are pretending to have it all figured out, but really are just don't. They just don't. And instead of just coming out and just saying, listen, I don't have it figured out, I think the rebuttable presumption is that people are just going to conform. Then I remembered my 6th grade oral assignment. I realized what I actually wanted to say in front of my class, but didn't. I wanted to be an explorer. I wanted to be the person who discovered a new world. Now, I understand that that is an unlikely objective because, for the most part, we've mapped out the world's territories, and I understood that. But I also understood that beyond the borders of my small town, there was a world that was completely new to me. And all that I had to do was leave the environment I was in for an environment that could support and facilitate this transformation. So to summarize, after I dropped out of law school, my career path was limited to pancake man or world traveler. I chose adventure. I chose to see the treasures of the world. Now fast forward until today, and I have spent my entire adult life trying to figure out a way to do just that. How can I pursue my dream and see the world? Now please understand, I am not someone who takes pride in material possessions, nor am I someone who practices accumulation with no end in sight. I'm well aware that when I kick the bucket, the stuff that I've collected in this world, it won't matter. My friends, I have road tripped through life. And you know what I've never seen? I have never seen a U-Haul at the back of a hearse. You cannot take the things you collect in this world with you to the grave. It doesn't work. It doesn't. The Egyptians tried it. They got robbed. The pandemic of 2020 just put things in perspective for me. I came to the understanding of just how fragile the fabric of our reality is, how quickly things can change. I know that my life will end, and that's okay, because I cannot control the outcome, which is death. I can, however, control my efforts in how I choose to live my life. I just came to the awareness that it's worth it. It is actually worth it to risk everything for a dream. And that's what I'm going to do. Because when I inevitably do kick the bucket, it will be a noble ending to a story I wrote myself. I want to leave this world with a collection of experiences, not things. I want to die empty and unafraid, with nothing left to give, with memories and not dreams left on the table. I mean, can someone explain this to me? Like, why choose conformity? Why tiptoe through life and avoid danger just to arrive safely at the grave? Make that make sense, because I don't want to play that game either. So what's the point of this video? Well, I want to share with you my newfound insight about the fact that I cannot control the outcome. Like, ultimately, I cannot control whether or not I actually achieve my dream and travel and see the world. But what I can control is my efforts to transform myself into someone capable of achieving my ambitions. And that's what this segment of my channel will become. Every month, I will upload and share every step, all the progress that I've taken to escape the ordinary and to build a life where I can actually afford to pursue my dreams and see the world. Because I take complete responsibility for my life, and I am the only one, me, I am the only one who writes my story. I like that idea. I really, really like that idea. But let's be realistic. What if I fail? Well, if I fail miserably, I can always just become a pancake man.